Next, from Springfield, State Treasurer Dan Rutherford announces he's seeking the Republican nomination for governor in the March 2014 primary. Treasurer Rutherford, who has a background in both the legislature and private business, talks about why he thinks he's the most qualified Republican to win back the governor's mansion. This runs about 12 minutes.
But there's a path to win this thing. And the diversity that we have been able to work with, and not just because it's opportune in the moment of a campaign, but for years and years and years, and have communities that generally haven't supported Republicans say, you know what, you're the guy. And that's why we came to that conclusion and decided that I'm here tonight to tell you that I am running for governor of the state of Illinois. I intend to be a fair governor. Chicago deserves its fair share. Shinoa deserves its fair share, right? And each of us, and I intend to be a governor that's going to be fair to the Shinoas and Chicagos of the world. But I'm also going to be a governor that truly believes and understands that the capital of Illinois is right here in Springfield. I intend to be a governor of Illinois that his cabinet and chief officers, administrative top agency level people will appreciate and understand that the capital is Springfield, Illinois. I intend to be a governor that will use the executive mansion in the right ways to show appreciation to the people and the public of Illinois, and to show business people, whether they're from Rick Barry's Texas or Chris Christie's New Jersey, that they are welcome here in the state of Illinois. I intend to live in the governor's mansion, use that place to the betterment of the people of the state of Illinois. I got all kinds of prepared notes to tell you what I'm going to do with regards to all of the various programs, and we're going to go into some of that tomorrow morning, and you're going to hear more about it as we progress through this campaign. But all of the things that I intend to be focused in on, laser beam, as the governor and the chief executive of this state, there is no higher priority for me as your governor than to move that unemployment rate we have in this state down. I intend to have jobs. Priorities are going to be jobs and jobs and jobs, and the reason is all this stuff that we're dealing with at the Capitol right now for the administration there, and the whole idea of our unfunded liability of pensions, it'll be made better when more people are working. Where are we in regards to funding our schools? It'll be better when more people are working. Where are we to help those with developmental disabilities or mental illnesses? It'll be better when more people are working. Where are we with regards to preserving our natural resources and making them available to the public? It'll be better when our unemployment rate is down and people are working. Everything that is the problem in this state today is predicated on the fact that we do not have a good economic environment. I don't like the fact of my state being the brunt of jokes on late night talk television. I don't like it that they talk about governors going to prison. I don't like it when I get in an elevator in Chicago and have an international visitor talk about being afraid to walk on the streets of Chicago because of the crime.
We don't have a governor.
Well, I don't like it. I don't like it when I talk to a business person and she tells me that she's concerned about hiring 1 or 2 more people in her small 5 to 7 person business because she's not sure where we're going from an economic standpoint for the future of her business. I don't like that. What Illinois needs right now, they need a strong leader. I'm proud of my state. I love Illinois, and I'm going to be one of the biggest advocates to be out there telling the positives of who we are, what we're about, and helping. And you know what? I'm all about Caterpillar and Interlake and R.R. Donnelly and Mitsubishi Motors. I'm all about the big companies. This governor, his priority is going to be about the small business. The one that's hiring 3 or 4, or maybe has as many as 25 people working for him. I'm talking about the beautician that's got 3 chairs and she'd like to put in a 4th chair. I'm talking about the auto mechanic that's got two people that changes oil and rotates tires, and he or she may want to put on one more employee. I'm talking about restaurants. I'm talking about the hospitality industry. I'm talking about tourism. We don't have a governor right now that's an advocate for the goodness and the great people of the state of Illinois. I'm going to be that governor. After a hard primary where we'll be outspent, after a tough general election, as I told you at the onset, it's not easy to win in this state, but I know because I've done it. After those two things, then I will have upon me the hardest task of all. And that will to actually be the chief executive and govern. When I become that person, I'm going to work hard, just like my mom and dad taught me when I was 8 years old and worked at our pizza restaurant and made pizzas when I went to school at Illinois State University, and became a vice president of a Fortune 100 company and opened our businesses around the globe. I'm going to work hard. But I can tell you right now, you're not all going to like what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to do some things here in this state as the governor that are not going to be popular. But when it's all said and done, when I go to bed at night and pull the cover up to my chin, I'm going to sleep well. Because when I do what I've got to do to help put my state back into a position of pride, it's going to be hard. To transform Illinois will not be easy. But when it's all said and done, and I've taken my term of office, and I walk out that door, it's my intent to have Illinois be a much better place. I will tell you that I will not be outworked. And I thank my team that's been a part of this whole thing. And with your help and your support, on that day in January 2015, 6 people will walk onto that stage at the Prairie Capitol Convention Center to raise their right hand and become the executive branch of government of this state. And the first person to have the Supreme Court Justice give them that oath of office, with your help, and we do it right, will be Dan Rutherford as the governor of the state of Illinois. I appreciate you being out here today. Thank you.
In the good of Illinois when we hear so many negative things.
Right.
And, part of the press release that said you were going to unveil your vision for the future of Illinois. Tell me a little bit about what that is.
Well, I see Illinois as a good place. It's a good place that you can make better to have a business. We've got ourselves a whole spectrum of transportation benefits. We've got ourselves a global city in Chicago. You've got yourself, a good workforce. You've got yourself an education system that's good. You've got technical and vocational training that's good. And candidly, the idea of making Illinois a better place can be done. And the other part of it is I don't see us really having a good advocate out there for our businesses. I've talked to individuals that have already had Rick Perry call on them. The individual companies that have already had people go and have their staffs from different states call on them. We don't have an aggressive effort at that here in the state of Illinois. Now, I understand that somebody from one of the state agencies is going to say we do. Well, then you go talk to those business people that will beg to differ with you, that there's a lot better advocacy in other states than what Illinois is doing for those companies now.
Planning to run on the Republican ticket as well. What makes you the better candidate?
The fact that I've already got some experience in business, small business as well as large business, and the fact of it is too, what I've learned from a lot of Republicans and people around the state is they want to change in Illinois, and it doesn't matter what grandiose ideas you have if you can't win. I'm the guy that has actually won, and I went through some of the statistics earlier. I think that's the major difference in the relationships that we have throughout the state, Sangamon County, Cook County, all the way from Lake clear down to Alexander, and the fact that we've actually won a race and can put this together.
How do we win Chicago?
Winning Chicago will be a challenge, but I think the answer better to respond to, or the question better to respond to is, can you cut your losses in Chicago? And it's pretty obvious that we can. We've already done that. Having gotten 22% at that race, I won the race. And, another candidate that was on the ticket got 18% and he lost.
Obviously, you want to stay in. You're in early, the first. How do you avoid, as a party, what happened, the last time when you had many candidates shooting at each other and tearing each other up in the primary?
It's gonna, it's inevitable. As you heard my comments, I know it's going to be a tough primary, and we will be outspent. I understand that, but it's going to come from hard work, being out there, the places we've been going to for years, building relationships, and having ourselves a good network. And I think that you're going to see that that'll pay off.
The tax increase is set to expire. I know a lot of Republicans have been saying that that's not going to be able to happen the way Democrats are spending now with this current budget. Where are you on that?
I put it on the table. I put it on the table. When I take that oath of office in January 2015, that income tax increase is going to have to be on the table for discussion and debate. And I will tell you what, I will not sign any income tax increase that doesn't fix the problem of Illinois. And that was the problem that would happen 2 years ago. They looked to raise the money and they didn't fix the problem.
But you're open to extending it if it's
what I'm
part
saying
of a
is
broader...
What I'm saying is put it on the table. It'll be part of a discussion that we'll have. Put it on the table.
You're not foreclosing, one way or the other.
Put it on the table.
You say you're going to live in the mansion. Did you see Senator Dillard's comments about who should live in the mansion? The traditional family comment. You take any message from that or any response to that?
No, I think that the people of Illinois right now care about their families having a job. The most important thing for families today is making sure that their husband has a job, to make sure the brother-in-law keeps a job, that their kid that goes to Illinois State University is going to have a job, or the fact that their daughter that gets out of vocational training school is going to have a job. That's the most important thing, I think, for families in Illinois.
Can I have it on tape that you're going to live in the mansion? I'm sorry. This has been an issue in Springfield since the Edgar administration. I didn't hear you say that earlier.
I will live in the governor's mansion in Springfield.
What percentage of time would you say? 90?
I don't know. I'm going to live in the mansion.
Well, you'll keep the house at Chenoa, right?
Oh, I'm not going to sell my private residence. No, I'll go back home. I mean, here, when you say you will live in, yes, I will reside and I will live in the mansion. But I will tell you too, yes, I've got a home in Chenoa, and I happen to have clothes that I have there too. So, okay, why don't we go ahead and do it? All right, thanks a lot. Thanks.
You're watching the Illinois Channel, an independent nonprofit corporation formed to provide gavel-to-gavel coverage of Illinois state government and other public affairs events taking place across Illinois.